Hello students, today I am going to show you how we are going to set up a still life object in your home studio or in class. As you will notice, I have just a small still life object sitting on a surface. It is actually eye level to the bar stool or seating that I will be sitting in. Now, I want you to also consider that. Let your still life be in front of you, and there is the easel where you can both see your painting that you're working on and you can see the object that you're painting. Notice that I am in a relatively dark room. When you're painting still lifes, if you're able to have a all dark room with hardly any light in it, the only light that you need is your one light source. That would be your lamp light that we discussed in the prior video. If it's too much light hidden on the surface of your object, you can always get tracing paper and place on over the light, like tape it over there. But notice here how I have the light standing above the object in an angle off to the side, the front right corner side to be exact. That is so that I can get proper shadows. Let's see. You can see proper shadows on one side of the face and good light on the other side. This is so that you can establish all of the values that is needed in your still life object. Now, there are going to be a lot of values. We're going to start with 5 values to begin with. If you cannot get good dark room, notice that there is a black board in the back of my still life object. It would be awesome if you could put a black board, maybe a science board that'll cover around your object to give yourself enough darkness in that area. We are going to cover a lot of things for still life painting. One of those being value with black and white first, and then value with color. There's many ways to create an object, whether that's an object that is white, like this object, and I'm going to show you now an object that is not white. It's just a jar. Okay? This jar is not completely black. It's maybe like a charcoal dark gray. And as you notice, it still have that same shadow and light that the white object has. But the difference is it's gray. It has some tint and color. You also want to consider where the highlight is. The highlight is that white dot or dots that hits on the surface of your object. So there's 3 things that I want you to really look at when you are setting up your still life for light. I want you to, number 1, find your highlight. That's that whitest space. Secondly, find your shadow on the object. And thirdly, make sure your cast shadow is visible. What is a cast shadow? It's the shadow that is sitting on the surface. It is the darkest of all the shadows on your objects. And we will be talking about chiaroscuro and identifying your lights, shadows, and cast shadows. throughout class. No worries. But the first thing that I do want you to make sure that you have set up in your space is your lighting, and then it's in the proper spot. You'll be able to know this in the proper spot if all of your object is not shining too bright. You have shadows and light. Your space that you are going to paint or draw should be by your still life, not covering it. Make yourself comfortable. And then your chair that you're going to sit in. I try to not use a swirling chair when I'm painting still life objects. You want to know why? It is because I don't want at any point in time to move my chair, move my still life object. A still life is still. You never want that object to be moved at all. Okay, at all. Your next step is you can tape down a chair so that it doesn't move. You can tape down your object if it's a round one that doesn't move. In your space, if you have siblings, please just let them know. Do not take the still life. One day we might even paint a still life of fruit, and it will be a quick study. So you do not want anybody to eat your fruit, okay? So your objects that you have cannot be moved at all while you are drawing and painting in the time frame that you need to do your painting. Now, one thing I want you to notice, and this is my last thing, I have this easel that I'm painting on, but you can see that I have another light hanging from it. I do not have that on because there is enough light for me to actually paint from using the other light that I have. I hope this video is very informational for you and give you some ideas and how to set up your still life. If you have any questions, please Google Classroom, message me, or comment underneath this video. Have an awesome day. Bye-bye.